Okay, so on problem number, on problem number 5, it wants to know the intervals in which f of x is strictly increasing. So it's increasing from left to right if the function's going up from left to right. So there it's increasing, there it's increasing, and here it's increasing. We should have 3 answers over here. And I'd like the answers connected with the union symbol because that says we want this answer, we want this answer, we also want the answer that's going to be right over here. And I'm going to put them in interval notation because it does say interval. So I'm going to go from -8. Let's see here. I'll put little red marks underneath the -8 and then -2. So I'm going from -8 to -2. And then I'm going to go from 1 to 3, 1 to 3. We're only reporting the x values. So that's the interval over which the function is increasing from x equals 1 to x equals 3, but not including 1 and 3 because it's changing dramatically. It's not smooth there. That's called not differentiable. And then up here, it is changing from increasing to decreasing right at 3. So we're like, we're on that change spot if we include 3. And then we're going to go from 5 to infinity, or people said 5 to 10. I took either one, so 5 to 10 or infinity. I like infinity better, but I totally see the argument. There's no arrow there. So I'm going to put an arrow there. Okay, so, and I'll just put a little 10 over the top. You didn't lose any points if you had a 10 there. Let's go to number 6. Number 6 said determine algebraically whether the given function is even, odd, or neither. This one is totally on me. In 3rd period, a group presented a solution for even and odd, and they put in a particular problem or a particular point. Like, let's say you're over here at 2, 1. Well, if it's going to be even, you've got to reflect it over the y-axis. There's got to be a corresponding point over here at -2, 1. So they just put those numbers into the function, or they tried to get numbers that were on the function and then determined if a corresponding point was there. That's technically not what it means to algebraically prove that it's even, odd, or neither. So here's what we really do. We'd say, like, if we have an x and a y, there's got to be a -x and the same y value. So that's how you test out even right there. This is the even situation right here. So what you do is you go like 7 times -x cubed plus 2, and you see if it ends up being exactly the same thing as this. So what I'm really doing is I'm doing g of -x, and I'm seeing if it's equal to g of x. So right down here, if I end up with, boom, the same function, then yes, it's even. So let's see what happens. I get -7x cubed plus 2. That's not the same as g of x. G of x is positive 7x cubed plus 2. So because they're not identical to each other, not even, okay? So here's the next thing you do. You want to see if it's odd by doing something like this. If you have an xy up here, there's got to be a corresponding -x, -y right down here. So the way you do that is you say, well, I'm going to take the opposite of g of -x and see if it's the same as our g of x function, okay? So how do we do that? Well, we're going to take the opposite of whatever we get when we, replace x with -x here. So I'm going to get 7 times -x cubed plus 2. And let's see, we end up with the opposite of -7x cubed plus 2. And then we end up with 7x cubed minus 2. Okay, well, g of x was 7x cubed plus 2. Not identical to each other, not the same, not same. So not odd, not odd. This would have been, kind of a 6 out of 6 type effort right there. So sorry I didn't make that one clear. If you do all the corrections on this problem right here, following along on number 5 or number 6, I'll give you the points back on number 6. That was my bad. All right. Thanks for watching that one. Number 7 is on the next page. So it says, find the average rate of change of x cubed minus 6x plus 9. And they want us to find it on the interval -1 to 3. That means when x equals -1 and when x equals 3, I need to find the y values. So I'm going to do f of -1. And when I put -1 in here, -1 cubed minus 6 times -1 plus 9, what do we get? We get -1 plus 6 is 5, and 5 and 9 is 14. So I get 14 right there. When I do f of 3, I put 3 in there, I get, so f of 3, I'll do that work right here. I get 27 minus 18 plus 9. So that would be 9 plus 9 is 18. So I get 18 right there, right? So now these are the y values. These are the x values. I want to find the slope. So I'm going to go 18 minus 14, 18 minus 14, all over 3 minus a -1, 3 minus a -1. And I end up with 4 over 4, or a slope of 1. There were some arithmetic mistakes. You guys were doing fantastic on this problem. So like if I could find a small little arithmetic mistake, you would have got a 5 instead of a 6 on that one. All right. Thanks for watching my video. Appreciate it.